Hi, handsome boy. What are you doing? Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be doing my 1 month postpartum update and baby's 1 month postpartum update. So I will start with babies. If you haven't seen my last video, I had my son on May 6th. So I had my son on May 6th of this year, so he's a month and 2 days. He was born 9 pounds 3 ounces, 21 inches long, and at 5:32 p.m. So I just have everything on my phone that I kind of want to talk about him. It's not really much, but there you go. So for baths, I guess we'll start with, when we first brought him home and gave him a bath a few days later, he hated them, which I guess is normal for a newborn, but now he's starting to like them a bit more. We're giving him a bath every, maybe twice, 3 times a week, and I think once he hits around 2 months, we'll start giving him one more often. We started giving him more formula in a bottle, so we're not feeding him more often, just feeding him more formula, and we kind of do like a smaller bottle and then a bigger bottle and then a smaller bottle and then a bigger bottle, and then we give him usually a bigger one at night, just because I noticed when he's more full he sleeps a bit longer, which is kind of nice for me to get some sleep. What else do we got? So yeah, like I said, he is sleeping a bit better at night. Still not where we want him to be, but I mean, he's only a month, so can't expect him to sleep all through the night right away. But he is sleeping about 4 to 5 hours here and there. Sometimes, other times he'll be up every 2 hours, which is normal. So hopefully we'll get him into a routine once he gets a bit older. He did grow about 3 inches since he's been out of the hospital, so he's definitely going to be very tall, because I'm 5'11", and then my fiance I think is 6'3", so he's definitely going to be taller because our whole family is pretty tall. He is starting to recognize me especially, and he's definitely starting to make more noises and try and talk, but nothing's coming out, huh? No. He's right beside me, so that's why. He's right here, trying to keep his soother in his mouth. I need to get one of those wub-and-the-nub thingies that say hi. That stay in his mouth, because he does not like when his soother falls out. So he sleeps really well in his bassinet now. I have a bassinet right beside our bed here, and he's starting to sleep way better in that. It plays music, so I started putting that on, and I find that helps too. When he first came home, he would only fall asleep either in our bed or in my arms, and then I would pass out with him in my arms, which probably isn't the best, but I did that a few times. But I'm a light sleeper, so if he moves or if I hear like the slightest noise, I wake up. But he's sleeping way better in his bassinet now, which is really nice. And like I said, he loves his soother. He's definitely a soother baby. He always wants something to suck on, so if he's not hungry, then he will want his soother in his mouth, especially when he's cranky or gets really tired. His soother helps him go to sleep way better, so hopefully we get you off of that when you're older, or when he's older. So that's pretty much it for baby. There's nothing really much new about him. He was born healthy, born at 41 weeks, so he was full term. So he was a nice healthy baby. So not much has changed quite yet. I mean, it's only been a month, but he's definitely getting more. His facial features are coming in. He's starting to look more like me and Dad. So that's exciting. But yeah, so that's it for baby, and then we will do my 1 month postpartum update right now. So for my 1 month postpartum update, I have a list as well, just because I have quite a bit more to talk about. So when I was in the hospital, I had the epidural, and they topped me up, I think twice, because I was feeling stuff and like pain in my back, and that was the worst. So I asked them to top me up a few times, and because of all the numbness, it, I don't know, like shocked, I guess, kind of made my bladder go all weird. So I had to stay an extra night with a catheter because I couldn't pee. I couldn't feel myself peeing, so they didn't want me to go home until I peed 3 times without the catheter. So that was kind of scary, because I was like, oh my god, I'm never gonna pee again, but that's didn't happen. So, but yeah, and I had 2nd-degree tears, so it was a nice big old hole right from top to bottom. So that was fun. So they stitched me up, and that's all healed. That healed about, I think, 2.5 weeks after I got home. So it's been healed for a while. I was wearing, I forget their name. It was some type of diaper type thing, but they were really good. I liked wearing those. And then I switched to pads once the bleeding died down, and then now I'm not wearing anything, so that's kind of nice, not having to do all that extra effort after going to the washroom. And then they told me to use the Epsom salts just to help with everything down there, and I never really got around to it because I was pretty lazy after having him. So, but everything healed just fine. I had a bit of back pain from the epidural. Actually, just a few days ago it really started. Like every time I would bend down, like to change his diaper or anything, and when I'm bent down for long periods of time, it just kind of starts hurting. But oh good god, Victoria, get yourself together. So yeah, that started hurting. But I had a bit of back problems before I had him anyway. I think it was 3 years ago, I flew off a snowmobile, but that's a whole other story. So yeah, I messed up my back pretty bad then, so I just think it's from that. It's just kind of irritating where I had my back pain from before. And then just I think a week ago actually, I started getting really bad hemorrhoids, and I actually had them while I was pregnant, but not as bad as now. So those are not fun. Don't wish those against anybody. Well, maybe some people, but you know. Sorry. But yeah, so I have bad hemorrhoids. They're kind of going down now too, so I'm just putting cream on them, but those are painful. And I thought I had IBS. So those of you who don't know what that is, irritable bowel syndrome. I thought I had that for a while because every time I ate or drank like a ginger ale, my stomach would just hurt. Like it seriously felt like contractions, but for like 3 seconds, and then it would go away. So I googled it, which probably isn't smart to do. If something's wrong, don't Google, because that will just freak you out. It freaked me out. So I thought I had that, and then plus the hemorrhoids, that didn't help because every time I ate, I would have to go to the washroom. So it was just a mess. I dreaded going to the washroom for a while, but that is starting to get a bit better now, which is nice. But yeah, like I said before, I had them while I was pregnant, so I knew once I had him, they're definitely going to come back. And they came back with a bang. There's still some days where I get really overwhelmed. I get super emotional for no reason. Not depressed, like I know for sure it's not depression or anything, or postpartum depression. Some days I just cry because I just get overwhelmed, you know. Being 20 and having a baby, it's definitely, well, for anyone, it's definitely a lifestyle change. So especially, like I said in my last video, being someone who loves to sleep and someone who can't fall asleep before midnight, it's definitely a lot to get used to since I am up every 2-3 hours with him. So, but yeah, I'm starting to get back to normal, starting to go outside, take him for walks. I know the first few days we were home, I was just like a potato and didn't want to do anything. So that was a bit scary because I thought I was going to be like that for a while, but that went away too, so that's good. And I'm starting to have a lot more energy, so like I said, doing lots more with him. Yeah, you know, I'm still super tired, but I mean, you can expect that for the rest of your life, I guess, but it's worth it. And last thing is the breastfeeding. So in the hospital, and before I had him even, me and my fiance really wanted to breastfeed, and we said, you know, if it doesn't work out or something happens, then we'll switch to formula. But oh, you just spit up everywhere. So we decided that we were going to breastfeed in the hospital, and if it didn't work out, then we would switch to formula. So in the hospital, he was breastfeeding and I was there for 2 days. He was having trouble latching, but once he was on, then it was good. And then once we brought him home, it was about a week, and I was having trouble latching, so they gave me a nipple shield, and I didn't really like that as much. I used it, but I wasn't a huge fan of it. And then like a week and a half, my nipples started to crack really bad. They were bleeding, so I tried to pump. That didn't work. That hurt even more. So my nipples were just destroyed. So I decided to give them a full day to rest, which I actually gave them 2 days to rest and gave him just formula, because it got to the point where when he was latched on, I was in tears and I didn't want to stop breastfeeding, and it was just overwhelming and stressful. So I gave them 2 days to rest, and then unfortunately he got used to the bottle and he wouldn't latch on again to my nipple, and yeah, you had to switch him right over to formula, which I'm okay with. I mean, as long as he's getting fed, then that's all that matters. So he's on the Similac iron fortified formula, which he seems to be doing well with. He's been on that for about 3 weeks now, 2.5. And at first we tried him on the Enfamil and he just threw that right up. So we put him on the Similac and he's been doing well on that. So we're probably going to keep him on that until he hits 6 months, and then switch him over to the other Similac Grow. It's in a green container type thing. So yeah, that's about it for my postpartum and his postpartum. I will show you guys him here, even though he's a little cranky. I just took his soother away. Oh, I know. What will you do without that soother? So this is him. Say hi. Oh, you're so grumpy. Hi. Who's that? Who's that? Who is that? Is that you? Who's that in the camera? Yeah. So yeah, that is it. Oh, so that is it for my postpartum update and his 1 month postpartum update. So make sure you leave a like, subscribe, and comment, and I will see you guys in the next vlog. Say bye, everyone.